The Scat-Pack car has the exact same performance numbers as the SRT. 0 to 60 in about 4.1, 4.2 seconds, depending on which magazine you're reading, and the quarter mile goes by in about 12.5 seconds, again, depending on which magazine you're reading. Could be a little bit lower, 1240s, 1230s. I mean, it's really, really, really quick car. Certainly doesn't need any more power. I mean, this is kind of the Hellcat Lite, or the SRT Lite, although it's just as fast in the straight line as the SRT, but it's about 8 grand less. This one has a base price of about $41,000, and the SRT is closer to 50. This has got the same engine from the SRT, 485 horsepower, 6.4 liter, 475 foot-pounds of torque. Just about 8 grand less because you don't get a lot of amenities like leather seats, sunroof. Biggest differences for me though, no adjustable suspension in this car. It's got skinnier tires, 245s versus 275s. Not particularly sure why they did that. This thing is a nightmare when you turn the traction control off. Really doesn't want to hook up. And it's got smaller brakes. It's got 4-piston Brembos. They're 14.2 inches versus the 15-inch 6-piston calipers on the Hellcat and SRT. Although this thing does brake in similar fashion to those cars because it's a couple 100 pounds lighter. Well, it's a couple 100 pounds lighter than the Hellcat. Doesn't have the supercharger and all that. It does 70 to 0 braking in about 150 feet, which is very respectable. It has electronic steering. The Hellcat has hydraulic steering. I really like the steering in this car actually for kind of a big boat. This is a 4,400 pound car, but the steering feel on center is great. The turn in is quick. It loads up nice. Really enjoying driving this car actually. It's very comfortable. I think the exhaust note is just loud enough without being overbearing. But when you smash down on this thing, man, it's you know, it's definitely loud, but doesn't drone on the highway or anything. And the seats are great. So these bolsters are really comfortable. And I think for long cruisers, I've only been driving at about 15 miles. I think on a long cruise, this car would be awesome. Like I said, not too in your face, not too loud, and really, really comfortable with great steering. So for my money, I think this is a great value. I mean, I don't know that I need all the other stuff that's in the SRT. This one does have optional seats that are heated and cooled, which feel nice. It's got the sunroof. Again, these are all options on the Scat-Pack, and they're standard on the SRT. Let's see if we can give this thing some beans here. Man, this thing is quick. Holy torque, dude. 6.4 liter is crazy. It's made it to a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, which, like, so redundant, but it's just an awesome transmission. Not quite as quick as a dual clutch, but certainly shifts are really, really fast. The downshifts are great. I've got it in sport mode right now. There is a super track mode or super track pack or whatever it is button that turns off all the nannies and the traction control and everything, and does let you adjust a lot of things on the screen. The launch control, you can adjust the RPMs, different things like that, which is super, super cool, man. I really dig this car, especially for the price, considering how much power you get. It really is an awesome value. I mean, this is like as America as it gets right here, man. This is like even more America than a Mustang, because like it's just got this gigantic 6.4 liter, and I don't know how much longer you're going to be able to buy this car. So if this is your thing, man, like, you should buy one of these, because it's only a matter of time before Chrysler and all the other domestic guys start going to turbocharging and supercharging in an effort to increase efficiency. And so the days of these gigantic engine rear drive cars are almost over, man. So if you want one of these, go buy one. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what really surprised me about this car is the handling. I think it's all right. Like, I'm not as scared as I was like when I drove a GT500, not the current GT500, but I drove a 2010. It was a convertible, had really marshmallowy suspension. But this one feels awesome, man. Like, it doesn't feel too bad. And I'm reading the magazines, it says it pulls 0.91 Gs on the skid pad, which that's really good lateral acceleration. I mean, that's not just respectable. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So this thing is also a handler for a 4,400 pound car. I mean, this thing is a gigantic beast, but still really, really enjoying this thing, man. Although when you turn the traction control off, you really got to be careful, man, because this thing is blindingly quick. I love this transmission, and I'm really digging the steering. This is a great daily driver, man. If you're looking for a muscle car and you don't want to puss out with something lesser, definitely go get one of these. And I love the Scat-Pack, right? It's missing some cool performance stuff like the bigger brakes and the adjustable Bilsteins, but who cares? Like, you're still getting all the engine and all the torque and all the horsepower and all the straight line acceleration. And when you get new tires, because you're going to burn through the rears in about 5,000 miles if you're driving it the way you should, just put some 275s back on it. You know, these 245s, they really are tail happy. Let's give this thing some sauce again. Oh my gosh, wow. Dude, this thing is so cool, man. Man, that ZF box, it gives you those braps that like the European cars have between shifts. Oh, this thing is so good. I really love how comfortable this car is. A lot of cars with this particular engine setup, 500 horsepower, they're usually really hardcore and hard edge, but this one is soft in a way that really makes it daily drivable. Like, I could definitely live every day with this car, and in the 20 or 30 miles I've been driving it, I'm actually averaging like 19 mpg, it says here, which is like not horrible, man. That's actually really respectable. Maybe you could eke out 25 mpg on the highway in this thing. I freaking love this car, and it kind of looks like a Hellcat too, so the Scat-Pack still gives you that cool aero, the hood scoop, and the wing and all that stuff, so it really looks special. In 2015, they upgraded the look on this car, and I think it's stunning, man. I think the Charger looks great. I think the Challenger looks great. I think Dodge has done a terrific job with these. I would definitely consider this car if you're shopping for a Mustang, but again, if you want that big, gigantic displacement, 392 cubic inch, like, this is it. This is all you got. And buy it now, because it's going away for good. That's all I got for you guys today. Please follow me on Instagram at FlyingLap1 and subscribe and like. Please, thank you. I love you guys. Peace!